Did you know that every 15 seconds a senior suffers a fall somewhere in the world, and that these falls are one of the leading causes of fractures, hospital stays, and sadly, even the loss of independence after the age of 60? But here's what most people don't know. There's a simple walking technique that has already helped thousands of older adults prevent dangerous falls. It's completely free, can be practiced right at home, and best of all, it's backed by science. Researchers from Kyoto University in Japan discovered that older adults who apply this simple adjustment in the way they walk experience up to 60% fewer falls every year. It's simple, but it must be done consciously, and it can truly change how safe and confident you feel when walking, whether it's in your home, at the park, or on the street. In this video, you'll learn what's wrong with the way most seniors walk, often without even realizing it, how a small change in your stride can restore your balance and safety, and you'll hear inspiring stories of real people who transformed their lives with this habit. If you're over 60, if you've ever felt anxious about falling, or if you have a parent, a friend, or a loved one who should hear this, stay with me until the end, because once you learn to walk this way, you may never walk in fear again. Number 1. The most common mistake that makes seniors trip. As we age, it's natural for our body to change. But one of the most dangerous and most common walking mistakes is something most people don't even notice: dragging the feet. It sounds small, but this subtle habit drastically increases your risk of tripping, especially on carpets, Dr. Frames, uneven sidewalks, or small steps. A study from Stanford University School of Medicine revealed that this kind of shortened gait, where the feet barely leave the ground, increases the risk of falling by up to 40%. Why? Because dragging your feet limits your ability to react to sudden obstacles. It's also a sign of reduced neuromuscular control and lack of focus while walking, both of which raise your fall risk even more. Let me share the story of Margaret Hill, a 74-year-old from Melbourne who loved tending to her garden and looking after her home. One ordinary afternoon, while walking from the kitchen to the living room holding a cup of tea, she tripped on a small bump in the floor tiles. The fall wasn't severe, but the way she landed fractured her hip. What followed was 3 long months in bed, dealing with pain, physiotherapy, frustration, and worst of all, the fear of walking again. During her rehab, specialists noticed her walking pattern: short steps, feet barely lifting. With the simple walking trick you're about to learn in this video, she slowly rebuilt her confidence. Today, Margaret happily walks in the park again, just like she used to. If you're still watching, comment number 1 below, like this video, and subscribe to Elder Journey. This is how you help us continue bringing life-changing information to older adults like you, helping you stay independent, safe, and strong. Number 2, the mindful step trick that changes everything. Now that you understand the most common mistake, it's time to learn the walking trick that can truly transform the way you move. It's called the mindful step. And it's more than just walking. It's a technique that reactivates your brain, improves your balance, and has been scientifically proven to lower the risk of falls. A study from Kyoto University in Japan followed over 600 older adults for 12 months. Researchers discovered that those who practiced mindful stepping had 58% fewer falls compared to those who didn't. An incredible result, achieved with something simple that anyone can do, anywhere. But what exactly is the mindful step? It's a conscious way of walking, where you focus on 3 key actions. Lift your foot with intention, as if you're trying to show the sole of your shoe to someone behind you. This simple act prevents dragging and sends a strong signal to your brain that you're in motion. Land heel first, then roll onto the middle of the foot, and finally onto the toes. This natural sequence activates the body's balance sensors and strengthens stability. Keep your gaze 3 steps ahead, not looking at your feet. This improves posture, increases confidence, and allows your brain to scan for obstacles in advance. It may sound like a small adjustment, but it makes a huge difference. Your body begins to move with greater safety, awareness, and rhythm. More importantly, this habit stimulates your vestibular system, the internal balance mechanism. and strengthens the brain connections that support both balance and memory. Let me share the story of Mr. Bruce Taylor, an 81-year-old from Brisbane. He started using this technique after taking a bad fall in his home driveway. At first, he said it felt awkward, like he had to consciously think about every step. But within just 2 weeks, he noticed his legs were getting stronger and his fear of falling had reduced. Today, Bruce walks to the neighborhood market with confidence, often saying it feels like he's got the ground in his hands. If you've made it this far, comment number 2 below. And don't forget to subscribe to Elder Journey and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss the next videos with practical tips to maintain your health, mobility, and independence after 60. Number 3. Strengthen your ankles and avoid the domino effect of falls. Learning how to walk with awareness is a huge step forward. But here's the truth. If the muscles and joints that support your movement are weak, the risk of falling remains high. That's why the next step is to focus on strengthening your ankles, toes, and lower legs. These areas are the foundation of your walking, and they need to be strong for the mindful step to be truly effective. A study published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy in the United States showed that older adults with weak ankle muscles are 3 times more likely to fall, even when their general balance seems okay. In simple terms, if your base is weak, your whole body becomes unstable. The good news? You don't need a gym, special equipment, or a physiotherapist to start improving. There are simple, safe exercises you can do right at home to strengthen this region quickly. Here are 2 examples. Calf raises. Stand behind a sturdy chair, holding onto it for balance. Slowly lift your heels off the ground until you're standing on your tiptoes. Pause briefly, then lower back down slowly. Repeat this 10 to 15 times a day. Towel scrunches. Sit comfortably in a chair. Place a small towel flat on the floor in front of you. Use only your toes to scrunch the towel towards you. This activates the small, often neglected muscles in your feet and improves your base stability. These exercises don't just strengthen your muscles, they also help rebuild the brain's trust in your own steps. It's a powerful way to reconnect the body and mind. Let me introduce you to Mrs. Barbara Jenkins, age 79, from Perth. After suffering 2 falls, she became so anxious that she avoided walking, even inside her own home. But with the help of her physiotherapist, and by practicing these simple movements, Barbara began to feel differently. She now says she can feel the ground in a whole new way, like her body has become more alert and aware. If you've followed along this far, comment number 3 below and share this video with someone you care about. This simple information could be the beginning of a life-changing shift for someone you love. Number 4. Walking with awareness improves balance and memory. 2. Most people think of walking as just a physical activity. But the truth is, walking with awareness activates deep parts of the brain and may even help protect against cognitive decline, including conditions like Alzheimer's disease. A study published by Harvard Medical School in the United States showed that regular mindful walking increases activity in areas of the brain responsible for attention, motor planning, and short-term memory. Why does this happen? Because when you walk while paying close attention to your body and surroundings, you create what scientists call a state of active presence. In this state, your brain shifts out of autopilot mode and starts functioning with greater clarity, focus, and balance. And there's more. Research from the University of British Columbia in Canada found that older adults who practiced mindful walking had greater gray matter density in the hippocampus, the part of the brain that plays a key role in memory. Let me share the story of Mrs. Margaret Dawson, age 76, from Melbourne. She began walking daily around a nearby park. At first, she simply did laps, not paying much attention to how she walked. But after learning about mindful steps, she started focusing on her foot, placement, posture, and breath. Soon she noticed something unexpected. Her mind felt sharper. She stopped forgetting appointments, started sleeping better, and even got back into her old hobby of doing crossword puzzles every morning. In other words, walking with awareness doesn't just help prevent falls, it's also a powerful workout for your brain. If you've made it this far, Type number 4 in the comments and leave a like. These small actions help this channel grow and reach more people who need support and guidance for healthy aging. Number 5. The right shoes can keep you safe or make you fall. There's no point in learning how to walk mindfully, strengthening your ankles, and training your brain if your feet are trapped in the wrong shoes. Yes, the type of footwear you choose can be the difference between walking confidently and suffering a fall. According to a study published in the Footwear Science Journal, nearly 45% of falls in older adults are directly linked to inappropriate shoes. And here's the alarming part. Many of these falls don't happen outside, they happen inside the home. But what exactly makes a shoe dangerous? Loose-fitting slippers shoes with slippery soles footwear, with no heel support, heavy or overly stiff sneakers. These types of shoes interfere with your balance, reduce your control with every step, and make you more vulnerable to tripping or slipping. On the other hand, the right shoes should have a rubber, non-slip sole firm heel support, be lightweight, sturdy and comfortable, secure closure, like Velcro or laces that hold the foot in place, and if possible, a rounded toe front to reduce the risk of tripping. Let me introduce Mr. Peter Collins, age 82, from Adelaide. He used to wear open-back slippers around the house, something many people do without thinking twice. But after 2 falls, once in the bathroom and once near the laundry area, Peter made a change. He switched to a pair of firm, closed shoes with Velcro straps and non-slip soles, and the result? Within just a few weeks, Peter said, "I feel like my feet stick to the ground now. I walk with more confidence, like the floor is holding me instead of the other way around." So if you want to get the most out of everything we've covered so far, from mindful steps to ankle strength, start by checking what's on your feet. Choose shoes that work with your body, not against it. If you've watched this far, type number 5 in the comments and share this video with someone who also deserves to walk with safety and peace of mind. We often hear that the body gets weaker with age, but the truth is, with the right movement, the body can regain confidence, balance and dignity. Every mindful step you take, every small change in how you walk, is your way of telling your body, "I'm still here. I still can. I'm still going far." Because walking in later life isn't just about getting from one place to another. It's about freedom. It's about independence. It's about living without fear of the ground. If this message speaks to you, leave it in the comments and share it with someone you care about. Elder Journey, walking with you every step of the way.